Are you serious? Are you serious? Having a little coffee this morning. I want to say happy Father's Day to everybody that's out there watching. Praise the Lord for each and every one of your families today. There has been a 6.6 earthquake, very powerful earthquake there in the island nation of Vanuatu. Of course, the island Vanuatu is right there along the ring of fire, and has a lot of times has quakes. 6.6, about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, very powerful quake. But the first indications are no tsunami warning, and that's very good. And then the second thing is we don't have any reports yet of damage or casualties, but of course it is an island nation, and that does take some time to get reports there. I just want you to know that it did happen. The earthquake map is saying that since that quake hit, the U.S. Geological Survey says there's been an aftershock of 4.8 that followed about 16 minutes later, and then another aftershock that hit 28 minutes later of 4.9. So that island is shaking and quaking right now, no doubt about it. Are you serious? The earthquakes continue in diverse places. Matter of fact, there has been 34 earthquakes in the last 24 hours that are at least 2.5. There was a 4.6, I'll give you the big ones, a 4.6 that hit Peru. There was also 5.2 earthquake in Indonesia, 4.4 in China, 4.4 again Indonesia. There was a 5.3 in the Southwest Indian Ridge. There was a 4.9 in Ascension Island. I always love that, Ascension Island. Okay, ready to go. And there was a 4.8 in earlier in Vanuatu before the big 6.6. There was also a 5.5 in Indonesia and a 5.0 in Vanuatu. And there was a 4.4 in Chile, 4.4 in Indonesia, and a 5.5 in Argentina, a 4.3 in Afghanistan, and a 4.5 in Peru, and a 4.8 in the Southwest Indian Ridge. So that's all of the quakes that are at least 4 and above. But Vanuatu has had 5 of those earthquakes, with a big one of 6.6. Let's just pray there be no damage or casualties. I do want to read just 3 verses for you, since it is Father's Day. And there's a powerful scriptures that little John, we call him, but it's actually St. John, or he's also known as John the Revelator, who wrote Revelation. He also wrote the book of in the Gospels of St. John. But he wrote in 1 John chapter 3, verse 1, he said, "Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. And every man that hath this hope in him purifieth himself, even as he is pure." We don't know what we're going to be exactly like until he comes again. But when we see him appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. So we do know that John, who was one of the 12 disciples and one of the 12 apostles, we do know that John walked with Jesus, seen the miracles, experienced the passion and the love that he had for the multitudes, witnessed his crucifixion, and was a witness of his resurrection, and was a witness of his ascension. John, who received the book of Revelation, certainly knows that the Messiah is going to return. He's talking about the second coming of Christ here. And he's saying, we don't know what we're going to be like but we know this: when we see him appear, then we'll know and we'll be like him. And so there's a powerful presence of the hope of God. And that's why you're seeing the birthing pains. That's why, because the end of the age is coming. This is why we're living in the time we're in, as we're soon approaching. It's been almost 2,000 years since Christ ascended into heaven. And you can know this, he's coming back. Give your life to Jesus Christ. He's coming again. Again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. May the Lord bless you today, bless your families. And we'll be back. Don't miss tonight's Sunday Night Live broadcast. It will be powerful as Mike Around the World is going to return for tonight's broadcast. And we're going to be talking about the Tesla technology. And also we're going to be talking about the second wave of energy. What has happened so far, and what do we expect to take place as the second wave of the 5 waves of energy is coming upon us? It's approaching and is due to fully impact the earth by the 26th of December. Shouldn't be an apocalyptic, catastrophic event, but certainly the changes and the things we're seeing that's leading up to it, without question, means something is shaking the heavens, affecting the sun, the moon, the stars, and especially the earth. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to Bible prophecy. We're living in the last days. Are you serious?